Hello, everybody. This is Saberwolf. Welcome to another Worlds Collide Final Fantasy VI randomizer action. I am joined in the booth with Knuckly Kong. What's going on, dude?
Not much. Hoping that this is a good race for the Warring Triads tournament. Drinks Glue and EnsignWesley are both strong competitors. Um, Wesley happens to be a member of the team that I am on, so personally, I hope that he secures the victory. But I'm sure both racers will have a good run.
So you're rooting for the home team, huh?
Yes, I am.
All right, all right. Well, yes, we do have Drinks Glue and Ensign Wesley, two Megalixir tier players, actually. So these are two of the top 12 runners that we have in our community. So this should be a very, very excellent race. And like I said, your team is fortunately down one game right now against Drinks Glue for the moment. But we'll see if your team can turn it back around. Once again, these guys are going to be running on the Doom flag set. Now, Doom is actually was predicted to be the hardest of the flag sets that everybody's kind of been trying out. Now, there's three different ones. There's going to be Doom. There is Goddess, and of course, Spicy Chicken, that we like to affectionately call. But of the set, the Doom one it seems to be the hardest one, at least the ones that have been getting the longest times. Mostly because of that two character start, I think.
Yeah, the two character start is a little rough, but me personally, I find the Goddess flag set to be the most challenging. And I enjoy the Doom flag set the most.
Oh, you actually enjoyed the Doom?
I do.
Really?
That's what I've been running pretty much all week in preparation for next week's race.
All right.
Um, and each time I run it, I get better and better times.
All right, I'm gonna send off our runners here. There is gonna be like a 10-second delay though. Once I give them the okay though, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, there's the 10-second flag right there for them. So they'll be starting in about the next 20 seconds or so. But yeah, let's have a good race, everybody. And there they go. At least one of them. Drees glows off a ring though. Again, the feeds might be a slight staggered, on the Fury feed, but that's okay. But the times in the actual Discord are going to be live and current. So really, the timer that you see on screen is more of a guideline, so to speak.
It looks like we have a Realm and Go-Go start.
Oh my goodness, Go once again on a two-character start. They only have one chick available to them, which is actually a free check. There's no boss there. However, Um, Realm does have one of the better starting checks there in the Ozer's Mansion. She also has the Esper Mountain check as well, which is a peekable check. And both of our runners going straight to Narsh.
Yep, I typically start with Narsh. That's where the airship starts, and you can usually get some pretty good loot from Narsh.
Yeah, the little treasure room there on the right hand side of the screen is a good place to go. Plus, you got a little bit of shopping in town. And ooh, we do see flame shields are available in that armor shop. They will definitely have to come back later, maybe and buy some of them if they are able to Merton. I don't know if Merton's or fire is turned on for this one actually.
This flag set is actually missing
Off.
Fire 1, 2,
Yep.
and 3,
So
Bolt
Merton is
1, 2,
off.
and 3, Merton, and Ultima.
Yeah, so no Merton, so the flame shields would not help actually in that route. Oh, it's a vanilla realm even with sketch. So a little rough on the abilities to start with. These guys are probably going to have to find some rods or something to get through maybe an early boss fight here. So I guess that is the mission, so to speak. Glue once again, he's a little bit ahead on the feed. He's currently going into returners. Enhancers are available in the weapon shop. We do have enhancers, do have flame shields. Like Knuckly Kong said, those bolt and fire spells will not be able to be learned. The only spells these guys can learn are the ice spells for the three elements. Nice little Genji shield there too. Now you said you ran a bunch of these. Like, what is the factors that you found, like that you kind of issues you might have run into in the early game here?
Um, there was one seed that I was practicing, and I started with Celeste, and I don't remember who the second character was, but instantly I went to Narsh and then South Figaro basement. And for grind fights, I normally just take the Moogle charm off in the South Figaro basement because you're already there, and it's good to get some grind fights in. And I ran into a level 50 and level 70 magic, and I had not saved since the start
Oh
of the seed.
no.
So, naturally that I tried to run away and wasn't fast enough and ended up having to restart the seed. Um, so then, sorry, to test a little theory I had, I did the same thing, but then went to World of Ruin, South Figaro basement, to see if it was different enemies, and I encountered the level 50 and level 70 magic again and still had not saved. So I didn't learn my lesson from the first time.
Yeah,
Uh,
um, ABO, always be saving, or ABS. ABS breaks, always be saving. One thing that did most on their screen on Drinks Glue, one thing we mentioned about this particular seat set, you do get a 10 magic power decline automatically, so you get a 10 magic power penalty, but the seat itself gets a big vigor boost. And Drinks Glue there sold the farm on most of his items, picked up 3 Atlas armlets and gauntlet, so that'll help him with the smashing people in the face ability there.
oh, absolutely. Doom Flag set seems to be more of a
Oh, and there's Hyper Wrist.
physical attack. Then we got Flame Shields and South Figaro as well.
Ooh, and picking up a Mirage Vest there that gives you image on your characters there. There's also some enhancers also in this store. So maybe if we can find an Edgar, we can get a discount on those and try to buy those flame shields and enhancers at a low rate. It looks like EnsignWesley is also going to go into the South Figaro.
Looks like he is going in World of Ruin,
Yep,
which
so
is
keep getting a little bit.
interesting.
Yeah, we're going to get a little bit different items. I actually do World of Ruin South Figaro first because what I like to do is I like to reverse run the basement, which allows me to have
Okay,
all the items before I get to the weapons and armor shops. And that way I don't have to
gotcha.
leave the town, double back, go back in. That gives me more items, which gives me more possibilities to be able to spend money.
Right. Yeah, that's one thing that I always am leery about is going into the shops before going through the basement, because if you spend the money and then end up getting the same item in the basement, then you just kind of wasted the money.
Yep, and that's the other reason too. You can actually see what items you get in the basement because there are several of them. There are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's at least 7 in the secondary basement plus the 4. So you're looking at 11 items plus the 2 down there, so 13. So there's 13 items there in the basement.
Drinks Glue just picked up a Genji glove from the South Figaro basement.
Yep, and it looks like they are keeping their Moogle Charm arms, so no fights here for Drinks Glue here, as it does pick up a couple Warp Stones and an Atma weapon. There you go. Ooh, and the World of Ruin did find dried meat, so if we do pick up a Gal, slight advantage for EnsignWesley for finding the dried meat there.
I think my hardest Doom flag set practice race so far has been starting with Gao and Gogo. And Gao had Steel and Slot for his abilities.
It's not horrible. Slot can give you something, if as long as you can roll it.
Right.
Somebody did post in the seed help and the seed things like here seed sharing area, and they had a Mog go start,
Okay.
and they asked if this seed was even beatable. So
Was that the seed that Christopher Warkin shared?
yeah, and I think myself and somebody else ran it. I was able to run it as a 150. I kind of took my time with it. Was kind of distracted while running it, but it was doable. You just have to kind of work yourself around a kind of a reverse direction by doing Moogle defense, but
Right.
That's how I did. That's how I managed to get through it. As Pearl Rods are available for Drinks Glue as EnsignWesley goes into the belly of the beast and Zone Eater. Yeah, and Green
We
School
are
is
hoping
definitely going to be
for
selling the farm for that Pearl Rod, that's for sure.
a first pass, and he gets it.
Ooh. Nice, fancy footwork for EnsignWesley.
Yep, that is the most difficult boss, in my opinion.
Is he always going to double it? Ooh! He didn't make it! Oh, no. Did save, though, in the first room, so that's okay. Yeah, you have to be careful on the first chest when you open it, because if it is a long text string, it might make it so you might get a frame too late. Because the timing
Gotcha.
does depend on how long the text takes to get on the screen, so that does throw it off a little bit.
Yep, and I always play that room safe. I do it one chest at a time. Um, I I've had too many times where, me personally, I use a controller, and we got an Edgar from the Go check. I
Oh,
use a
so that's the
controller,
discuss
and
discuss we were just talking about.
uh, I've had too many times where my controller dies, and with my luck, it would die, and I would get squished.
That's actually pretty funny. Well, we'll see how
We
well
got
Drinks Glue does. And so he did lose a little bit of time breeding squash there. We'll see if he can maneuver across the bridges as eloquently as EnsignWesley did. By the way, I want to take a shout out to the champ there in the chat there. Falcon hits in the chat. How you doing there? Also, shout out to Retrophile TV with a 12 party of 12 raid there, right near the beginning of the race. So thank you for that. And for those of you joining there, this is the Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide race. This is a Roaring Triads official run. This is race number 1, Drinks Glue versus EnsignWesley. And this is for the Team Inferno, Team Guardian versus Team Inferno. Joining me in the booth is, in fact, Knuckly Kong, who is part of Team Inferno, who is on EnsignWesley's team.
Looked like Glue got stopped on the bridge at least once, and then didn't make it out of the room before the ceiling came down, but did not get squished. Just took a little bit of a time loss there.
Yeah, and as Falcon had as Jesus the Frog, who was my opponent this week, who kicked the crap out of me, I might say, he says he's going to feel bad now for getting Edgar. He could have gotten all those pearl rods at a much, much, much less rate.
Oh, absolutely.
So a little bit of a money waste there, but is going to take the warp stones out that they found in the basement of South Figaro, and is going to move on their way as EnsignWesley heads to Albrook, World of Balance, who will not be able to get the item there on the docks because the Doom flag set does not have Y remove. Spicy Chicken does, actually.
And going from the starting out on the Ultros League Season 5 flag set, trying to adjust to Y remove being on, it takes some time.
Yes, it does take some time because it does bring in a couple of checks that would not normally be into play. Because even though you don't have the characters, there are some checks that are available to you with Y remove turned on. Specifically, you're looking at Mount Zozo, Magitech Facility, the shoot, I forgot.
Narsh Weapon Shop.
Yep, Narsh Weapon Shop also allows you that on Terra's check for actual Rule of Balance Zozo, you can actually skip the boss fight standing at the top of the tower. So more hyper risk there for Grulu in the shop there. As he
Found
is
a economizer in the Jador Relic shop. That is where Drink's Glue is currently.
EnsignWesley, now with Edgar in the party, is going to World of Balance South Figaro, so they will actually see these Pearl Rods at the discounted rate. Along with the Atlas Armlets and Gauntlets at the discounted rate, too. So there was a lot of money burned on Drain School's side for not having Edgar in the party. Ooh, offering in the pot!
There's an early offering.
And we have Atma Weapon, Gauntlet, Atlas Armlet. I mean, we have a lot of tools here. And Edgar, being a natural Atmo user, that is going to be something great. But the big but is about Atma Weapon is it does not get online till around level 32, really. So it is going to take a little while, basically mid-game, before it really gets going.
But if Drink's Glue could find himself another Atma weapon and an experience egg, he could get that online a lot sooner, as he does have a Genji glove as well.
Oh, there's also a golden hairpin in the barrel, which that Grinch Glue did not get, I'm assuming. By the way, when we get to fights, and we're kind of running through some areas here, Drink Glue get to fight, we do want to mention really quick that there is another match coming up after this one, Shark Tilica versus Fiery Blizzard. We'll get that match up and running as soon as this match is done. Dream School is going to take this extra fight here. The chair painting. Some people like to walk around it, but when you're in this particular set and you haven't grinded any fights yet, that is one of the key places that you can control to get a fight in, to get those early levels before you get that first boss fight at the end of this Ozer Mansion.
Looks like he does have the Atma weapon equipped to Edgar.
And EnsignWesley has the Falchion and the Striker equipped to his party, which Drink School actually sold for those Pearl Rods. So we'll see if that changes how fast EnsignWesley goes through this, as he is taking battles, like you said, in the South Figaro basement.
Looked like Drink's Glue just grabbed a Blizzard Orb, which will be great for Umaro if we find him in the seed.
Yeah, Umaro is definitely going to be really well buffed with this set of rules, really, because of the extra vigor and such like that. So. Pretty modest fights here for both sides, not too difficult. I mean, we're not seeing any shenanigans with like a Siegfried or something, so... Right. Of course, I might just cast a curse that. Of course, neither player has an Esper yet because of the Edgar free check there from GoGo. They did not go to the throne room in South Figaro first. Try to get that collect as well for not to push scaling. But we are going to get a first boss fight here, and Ozer's mentioned. Oh no! It's Magimaster.
I would much rather find a Magimaster early in the seed when the scaling is down, but I would prefer to never see him, in all honesty.
Well, he is going to break a Pearl Rod here. Does not have Berserk to stop the Magimaster, as EnsignWesley does a reset there. I'm not sure what that was for. Oh no, he hasn't saved since he got Edgar, so this is going to put him an entire South Figaro shopping spree behind.
But I guess one of the benefits is, since he's already done it, maybe he will remember where the key items he wanted are. And we got a reset from Drink's Glue, getting away from Magimaster.
Yeah, so since Magimaster's there, really the only other option right now for Glue is he did the fights already. So he can just back out of this through the side doors here and just exit out manually and head over to like Esper Mountain or to Figaro Basement. he has other options. He already got his early fights in, so he already has those levels. He didn't lose those. Unlike
Correct.
EnsignWesley, who lost an entire shopping trip.
So at this point, if I were Drink's Glue and I was looking for possible more levels, um, Edgar checks might be worth it. Save the throne for last.
Yeah, he's at
Go into
level
the
9. He
room.
could actually grab that now for the Figaro throne room. Okay, so he is going to go that way, but he's going to do the tentacle fight first. Because right now, the scaling is 2.5 per check. He's only got 3. So he's only at level, what is it, 6, 7, 8? So he's on scaling right now. Oh, plus 3. So he's actually, I forgot the bosses are plus 3. So, um, 6, 79, 10, 11, 12. So he's actually 9 versus 12. So he's like 3 levels below scaling right now. But he has those pearl rods, which he can always break, and Gogo can mimic, so that's not a horrible thing.
And I actually just learned recently that if you have Go-Go Mimic, it doesn't take another rod out of your inventory.
Exactly, so it gives you more resources. Oregon Dude, by the way, in chat says Kefka Narsh hype. Falcon Hit says he would go rush Ancient Castle. Not wrong there either, because you do have those rods you can break on a dragon. If you do a dragon fight with the levels and stuff you get from there, that's going to definitely explode your level scaling
Yep, and that's
considerably.
that's typically what I've been doing in my seeds. I go do a couple checks, get a few levels under my belt, and then barring any complications, I go and take out a couple dragons. I'll go to World of Ruin Opera House because that is not a character gated dragon, and neither is World of Ruin Narsh. So I typically try to do back to back dragon fights, so it'll help get the level boost, push me above scaling, and then I can just coast the rest of the seed and not worry about being out leveled by a boss.
Yeah, that is very true. Ensign Wesley now heading to back to Elbrook again. World of Balance this time.
Drinks Blue did just find a Thunder Rod
Oh, Warp
in
Stones.
one of
That's
the
why.
chests in the basement.
Oh, Thunder Rod. So that's gonna. Oh, okay. Well, we don't have to worry about that. Well, it needs 2 pearl rods, and we're out of this fight. As we got Narapa the Rappa. Oh, we are gonna use the pearl. We're gonna use the bolt rod anyways, though. Thunder. Oh, 1. Okay. just one. Just one will do. He'll do.
Yeah, with the low scaling like that, I'd want to save the Pearl Rod. Drinks Blue on the board with his first Esper.
And that's what you want to see. If you get an Esper here, an Esper on the throne, that's the max amount of Espers you can put on your party right before doing a dragon. So you'll be probably able to learn almost all the spells on those 2 Espers before right after that fight. So. Oh, and you also got the possible Esper on the actual statue in the basement too. So.
Yep.
As there goes James Glue right straight to the throne room. He also has 2 shops up here, which will be at a discount because he does have Edgar. So more shopping options as well, as we do have a ghosty on the throne with that Master Esper, which we just talking about. Yeah, I also agree with Falcon Hit there in the chat. He says I'd rather use one of the pearl rods. That way I can have a more diversified portfolio for having that thunder rod because things like Rexel will absorb that yummy, yummy pearl damage. Ensign Wesley getting a couple more fights in. He's in World of Ruin. Norse, unfortunately, Edgar getting stoned there right at the end of that fight, not being able to get those levels. It looks like Ensign
Thankfully, it
Wesley's going to
wasn't.
go for a
Going for the dragon?
Going for a dragon Tritouch play here. Very interesting. That's an interesting way to get the levels. We'll possibly get a Esper or item there, or 2 items possibly at the top there. By the way, Glue already has an offering in hand. Does not really need to take any monster in the chest hunting, although there are 3 of them down here. Doesn't really need to go hunting for it because he already has that offering to go with that ammo weapon.
Wesley doing the right play on that fight. I would warp out of that one as well.
Okay, so we got Pearl Muddle on one and Dispel Mute on the other one. So there's our mute for Magic and Pearl Dragon later on, along with also Dispel, which can help get rid of things like Stop. Oh, that's an unfortunate. Oh no, okay, that one doesn't respond. Oh, Genji Glove Sniper.
Another Genji glove.
Wow.
I don't know if that's number 2 or number 3, but
maybe we'll get that at second offering if you get more snipers.
Let's see, maybe heavy.
Free Meg Elixir, so not an Esper. Oof. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. I don't know if does Pearl Rods not work on the dragon? Is that what Glue's problem is right here? Or he's just waiting for a realm to have maximized the damage output?
That may be the case because Pearl Rod should work.
Oh, you just lost the mimic portion of it though. He's trying to set up a perfect combo, but if he keeps getting like Elven Fired or whatever that ability that the dragon's using right now, he's probably not going to get the opportunity to do it. As Fire 2, the whole party is going to take out Edgar. I think you have to YOLO here. Yep, he's YOLOing it.
We got Wesley just took down the Gold Dragon at Narsh.
That's a Gold Dragon down as the Mimic Pearl Rod is going to come out here. Ragnarok Sword. I believe that was the drop for the dragon there. Oh, that might be a wipe. Yep. Man, this is a rough game for both of these players. And that it was a Ragnarok. Yeah, I also want to remind everybody that on this flag set, thank you, Jesus the Frog, that there is +6 levels on these dragons. So these dragons are scaled, but they're also increased scaled as well. As we see a vanilla Tritouch. I hope we packed the fire rods. I think we have a fire shield. I think if we have a fire shield equipped, we can break it here. Oh, Wesley's going to reset there.
Looks like Drinks Glue's taking a couple grind fights to prepare for the dragon. Going back into this, knowing that the reward from the check in the basement in the abandoned castle is a Mega Elixir, I don't know if I would even bother grabbing that. If I would just go down and fight the dragon and keep the checks down so that the dragon doesn't scale even more.
Yeah, that would reduce the dragon by 2.5 levels before getting the Mega Elixir. Mega Elixir would be nice, though. Getting that free 40k worth item that you're going to need for the late game. Good experience.
One thing with the dragons in this, defeating one dragon grants you auto reflect in the Doom flag set.
Yeah, that's kind of a blessing and a curse. You could like reflect. You could heal. You try to heal the entire party and reflect it off you. So, oh no, Wesley is going for Ozer's Mansion, which we know is Magimaster here, but he is going to pick up the offering, though, while here.
Yep, he is going to find himself a Magimaster, and I'm not sure if he's prepared for that.
Nope, he does not have the Berserk available, obviously, because he does not have any Espers. Does have a Dragon,
But
though. He
he
does have a
he
Ragnarok. Oh,
he defeated the dragon.
the worst possible person just got sneezed, though.
Right.
Again, Edgar with no levels. That's the second time Edgar has not gotten any levels for EnsignWesley.
He does have auto reflect.
That's true, so that might be a save thing against Magimaster. Because he'll be casting spells on them. However, Magimaster doesn't just cast spells, he also has abilities too.
Correct. We got Drinks Glue grabbing his Genji glove again.
Yep. So we'll see. He's probably not going to do the... Oh, he is going to do the check first. He is going to increase the scale anyways.
I mean, he did grab a couple levels, so maybe he'll be able to take it out this time, and
Oh, jeez.
but not with Realm.
Yeah, Realm once again goes down in a heap. I wouldn't worry about casting Potion on her, though. Because Dragon's just going to one-shot her anyways. No, he's going to heal him. Oh, regular fire. Okay, we can withstand that. So that actually worked out. Made me a liar out of me. Thank you, Red Dragon. Alright, so there's one pearl down. Go with the Mimic here. He knows that two of these is not going to be enough, I believe.
Question is, with the poison rod.
Oh no, Fireball. This is going to do a heap of damage. 2 HP left on Realm. As the second free Mimic comes off for Go for another 12k here. As EnsignWesley gets the bad news about Magimaster. Kapow! He got it!
Blue got the dragon.
Woohoo! Good job, Blue. Yeah,
Wesley resetting out of Magimaster.
I mean, that was inevitable. That was an inevitable thing to happen. A second... Wait,
second Mega Elixir.
2 Mega Elixirs in the same room. Well, that's interesting. Well... So... So I guess we're going to Esper Mountain for a character.
Only check we got left for
Yeah.
Blue,
Yes.
other than Kefka Narsh, but I don't know if you'd really want to do Kefka Narsh with only 3 characters.
Well, I mean, we at least can peek the Esper Mountain. So we know if it's a character or not. Then we'll have to see if it's a forced Kefka Narsh seed. I didn't roll it, by the way. Glue rolled it, so he can only blame himself. Yeah, our Mega Elixir players got Mega Elixirs. Irony, I think not.
At least they're not tonic players.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the reward for a dragon being a tonic?
That would be rough. Like, bow wow rough. Once again, please give a lot of love to all our runners tonight. There are going to be 4 runners tonight with Drinks Glue, EnsignWesley. Coming up next later is going to be Shark Tilica and Fiery Blizzard. Be sure to follow their Discords on that. And also our commentators, which is myself, Saberwolf, and Knockly Kong on their streams as well.
Got an interesting play. I think Drinks Glue is going back for some more rods.
Yeah, he's fishing for fishing rods, huh? He's going to get this discount. Ooh. Well, you know, it is the offense right now. Oh, we could buy a sniper, too. So we could do double sniper Genji glove, if you wanted to. With an offering. If only we could find a Rager. Rager with Stray Cat. Oh, my goodness.
I know if you put your character in the back row, it takes less damage. Do you take less damage from magic as well being in the back row?
I'm not sure about the magic part. I know some. Well, the thing is, some Final Fantasies do, some Final Fantasies don't. I think it's only, yeah, as Falcon has said, it's only physical. But I know there's some. Setzer, it is a character. So Setzer gives us another free trick at Culligan as he's leaving? Oh, he's healing up. Okay. So in the open space area is technically part of the map, or it is in the map there, so he's healing up and saving there. So this gives us Culligan, which is a free check in the tomb, along with the Search the Skies, which would be an Esper or item. So I imagine after this he's going to go to Culligan. Oh, Kefka. That's not too bad.
Wesley getting his first Esper. See if he has as much issues with the dragon if he decides to take it on here as Drinks Glue did.
As Drinks Glue's funny, Kefka in our chat says, watching this on my 55-inch screen TV is perfect. Well, I'm glad to bring it to you in 1080p HD video.
We have a runic Setzer.
Yeah, again, not much offense and kind of a useless ability in a way. EnsignWesley is going to find the bad news of a double Elixir Ancient Castle here. It's kind of one step behind Drinks Glue here. Oh, here's Drinks Glue and the Culligan Inn. It is not a character and is a carbuncle. Shout out to my friend Lunar Kamir, part of Fenrir Carbuncle team. Tag team match.
Maybe I'm the strange one, but I typically try to do Setzer's checks together. So as soon as I get Setzer, if I decided to do his checks, I'll instantly go to World of Ruin.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's doing World of Balance not to angry the Search the Skies check lords. Because just in case it is like a vanilla Doomgaze or something, he can just back the truck up there with Y and just land the plane right there. So, oh, ugly Espers Imp Remedy.
Now, Magimaster can be affected by the Imp status, correct?
Believe so, technically. Oh, wow. Oh, I thought that was something else. I heard the sound effect on EnsignWesley's. I thought it was calmness.
Calmness?
Yeah. I was like, ah!
That dragon shouldn't know calmness already.
Oh my goodness. Well, crack, boom, pow for Red Dragon. A little bit easier to fight there for EnsignWesley. He does have a little more levels too. As I guess, did Drinks Glue intentionally did the Search the Skies thing here?
I don't know.
Offering Gauntlet Setzer here for Drinks Glue. This Pearl Rod will do a lot of damage here.
He has a great amount of Pearl Rods at his disposal.
Yeah, this is pretty much by Pearl Rods break and nuke. I mean, and Mimic. Yeah, I don't think Gauntlets increase the damage of throwing weapons either. I don't think they do. It would for Atma weapon though, not for the snipers though. Drinsko being happy about that fight as he Rolodexes his menu button there.
We have another Magicite for Drinks Glue.
Okay, 4/4 there for Dream School. Gollum, big one. Oh, he didn't do the crypt after all. He just skipped it and went straight to check out the Coliseum instead. Quarter Demi. Man, we're just not finding the spells. But then again, when like Merton, all the fire and all the lightning spells are removed from the game, it does make it a little harder to try to find spells and stuff. Ice Shield would learn Ice 2. Experience saves for leather hats? That's not bad.
Nope, I would definitely trade that in a heartbeat.
Ooh, Persian. I think the Persian steals money here. I think you get extra back, if I'm not mistaken.
The question is, how many leather hats does Drink Glue have?
I'm assuming only one. With the amount of money he's been selling, with all the items he's been selling, that was probably Setzer's starter hat.
And we just need a good Esper with plus 50, plus 100 HP. Throw on
Yep.
Edgar.
EnsignWesley going to the Esper Mountain to get their Setzer. There'll be an easy fight with Kefka. As Ring School's going to dive into Daryl's tomb. Oh, you remember to push down. I don't know how many people push up there when you first enter the tomb and walk back outside again.
I am definitely one of them.
Oh, EnsignWesley got a leather hat, so if he goes to Coliseum, that's an extra experience egg. I normally don't get excited about that, but
about a leather hat.
Huh. No, Edgar is the natural Atmo user and is still the natural Atmo user on the team, apparently. Wesley's going to get their Setzer. He's going to get the bad news is only Runic. But it is progression, and we still don't know what's on Kefka and Arsh. Also, I don't think we know what's at Tiza and Thief either. I don't think anybody's gone there, because everybody's been spending the money on rods.
Yep, I have not seen the Thief yet.
Moogle sleeps here tonight. No, I'm not going to do it. Oh, there's that Thunder Rod. That would have been nice for the Eternal Armor. Not that it was a difficult boss, but... Realm is now online, having been able to cast a tier 2-ish, tier 3-ish spell here with Pearl. Is one of the higher damage dealers team, although Setzer is dealing pretty good damage with that sniper. Like I said, could buy a second sniper with Genji Glove offering, so you could double sniper Setzer if you wanted to. Moogle is throwing Moogle. That's definitely going to get in the party. Oh, he's going to drop his Setzer, which was doing the most damage of the team, to go with a Go-Go Mog's throwers. Huh. Well, I mean, what would you do there? I mean, you have Realm's your caster. Edgar's ultimately going to do crazy damage with that Atmo weapon later on in the game. So, yeah, technically Setzer would be the right choice there. EnsignWesley not far behind. He is definitely closing the gap a little bit, having a little bit more damage output than Drinksclude has, apparently.
One of the benefits to the early grind fights. You get in there before the scaling gets up, but he is behind on Espers.
Well, we are going to get our Kefka at Narsh Peak anyways, because we got Mog now. So we're going to get there anyways, everybody, so we'll find out. Kind of a waste, though, because we already looted and shopped at Narsh, so this is going to be kind of a wasted roundabout run here, in a
It
way.
is backtracking a little bit.
Yeah, we're kind of double backing, having to go up there.
He's going to do
Oh, he's
Moogle
going to do
defense
move the fence
first.
first? Apparently. Now, that's something I did find from a Mog +1 start, is that you can do Moogle defense here to fight a couple of battles of these monsters coming at you to gain some levels before the boss fight. So that's another way of getting some levels. It's kind of like a mini Kefka and Narsh almost. He also has the 5-man team now, so he can kick Setzer out on the side part and still have 4 characters to do the Kefka and Narsh fight.
Yep. And I typically prefer to hold off on Kefka and Narsh until I have 5 characters.
Our chat's being really mean, saying rooting for a Chaos Dragon formation Marshal. Whew. That's a that's a hefty spear to the dome there on Marlborough. Yep, he's going to take those fights, as mentioned before. Just a 1 Mad Oscar. Can be dangerous with the breath weapon, though. This is my least favorite monster in all of Final Fantasy, by the way.
Understandably so.
No matter what game I play.
We have Carbuncle for Wesley.
Wow, Drink School is just going to grind all these fights here. Now, the one thing about this is the first 1 or 2 monsters that you fight do respawn back in front of the Marshal. So you do have to fight them multiple times here, unless you just let them walk by.
Same with the soldiers at Kefka and Narsh. I got caught in that trap.
Well, one good thing we do know is that we do know that Officer's Mansion is completely optional now, because we know it's only an Esper or an item. It is not a character, so we do not need to go back there. So. One more fight for Drinks Glue as Wesley is going to search the skies for the
Wesley
Chad.
is catching up quick.
Yeah, I think his damage output's a little bit higher than Drinks Glue's is.
As we know from this Search the Skies, he will get his 3rd Esper.
Correct. And it's just a lowly Ultros. Ultros... Oh no, it's Ultros 4. So
Yep,
actually,
no
probably
experience.
was a good thing he got the experience early on, because he would not have gotten it after the fight. And as our chat noting, Atma is officially online for Edgar. Getting that experience egg, too. So I think Glue's going to slowly pull away again. Now having Atma Weapon online now with the experience egg. So... the only thing holding it back is Mog's not really doing anything right now.
That was a somewhat long fight for no experience and another Mega Elixir.
Alright, well, we do have plenty of warp stones, and we bought like 6 of them. Oh, this is the last one. I'm sorry. And so Wesley bought the 6 of them. So this is Drain Shoe's last warp stone. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we forgot. Dream School has to climb back up Narsh again to go get the other two checks. It's gonna buy a couple flame shields though first. Ooh, Chads are gonna heal themselves with those bolts actually. Now, of course, we have to remind everybody that these flame shields do not help you learn Fire 2. Fire 2 is turned off on this flag set. So
But they are extremely valuable.
Yes, they are. Once again, we'll remind everybody that there is another race after this one, approximately at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We do have another race, so please stay with us as we get Terra! Wow. Now what do you do now that you get Terra?
Depends on what the item is, I guess.
Oh. Well, he's grabbing Terra no matter what, apparently, because that was a VK he just passed on. Terra with slots and natural magic. Well, do we go back for the Valiant Knife now? That's the question in the World of Ruin. I'm guessing probably not, since we got the Atma weapon and an offering on that one. I'm assuming after Drink School does this with some more extra fight scaling. Probably going to be going into Terra's Treasure Room. Not sure if he'll run the entire Esper Cave. But we'll probably go to the Terra check as EnsignWesley is slowly catching up still. Dream School is taking all these extra fights for more scaling, but these fights are costing him a little bit of time with EnsignWesley now almost pulling up even with Drink School. It is down in Esper though. 5, 4. Actually, no. EnsignWesley has 4 Espers. He has 4 Espers according to his tracker.
I just missed one.
Yep. So he's actually he's going to be ahead 1 dragon actually.
Behind, well, was behind 1 character.
Yep. So he's almost pulled even here at the 50th minute mark. Still got a long ways to go because we actually still need 6 characters, 9 Espers. Still going to need 5 more Espers here, depending what the reward is for this. As EnsignWesley is also going to take Terra for that 6th character. Is going to pass on her as well.
But tower skip for this seed is 7 characters, 23 checks, and 11 Espers.
Yeah, it could be another character there, possibly. As Dream School is continuing his onslaught fight against the soldiers attacking Narsh here. We'll see if... what's going on here? What? Okay, so EnsignWesley is going to use Terra, apparently.
Interesting.
As he's going to elect to bench Realm. Now, his Realm has not learned Pearl. So, and Terra does have natural magic. So he's gambling on the fact that Terra has a better magical pool here to pull from. just want to note that I don't think anybody's picked earrings. Oh no, Siegfried on Drinks Glue screen. I think his leveling escapades come to a halt here. Oh, he gets the pass through. EnsignWesley's going to take the lead. Who's going to get through Flame Eater though? Where Pearl is not going to work here, and you don't have ice, or you know what? Nobody's learned ice. Oh, we do have Water Shuriken though. Yeah, that is correct from Falcon Hit. It does allow for a better equipment options for Terra, who can wield the Ragnarok like Setzer is doing. Ooh, proc hit sniper, double proc hit sniper for Drinks Glue. Gets the fight and retakes the lead.
Just barely.
Wow, we got guys, we are neck and neck. We are essentially tied, everybody. 53 minutes into this race. Drinks Glue and EnsignWesley in the Warring Triads tournament. This is the first race was listed on that tournament. They're representing teams of 3. Drinks Glue for Team Guardian, EnsignWesley for Team Inferno, which is your team, Kong, here. And, yeah, this is warming up to be a crazy match now.
See if Wesley takes the Moogle defense, because he has still not yet done that. But as we know, it's another Mega Elixir.
Oh, EnsignWesley has not done the Moogle defense, actually. Hold the phone. What was the reward for Moogle defense? Was it an Esper?
No, it was a Mega Elixir.
It's a third Mega Elixir? Are you kidding me? Oh boy. And Drinks Glue is running back into Narsh again for the Terra check at Welk. And it is a character. This will be shortcut for Strago.
Playing a Yeti.
With a Yeti. Get the confetti, it's a Yeti. Step through 1, step through 2. Step through 3. Step through 4. And you got all the step throughs there for EnsignWesley. Now, Wesley did not fight all these fights that Drinks Glue did, mind you. So he is saving time on the leveling spree here. But is a lower, but does have less levels though.
And will be awarded no experience for the fight he is in.
Yeah, and obviously he'll probably do the Welk check like Glue just did, which will be again KT skip. Still looking for 4 more Espers though. Lots of checks on the table, though. We still have all the rest of Terra's checks, plus all of Strago's checks now available to us. I mean, I'd imagine he's going to Terra's Esper Cave. Esper Mountain Esper Cave, what do you want to call it?
That is the play I would do here.
But I wouldn't loot. I wouldn't loot the cave. I would loot maybe the treasure room, but I wouldn't loot the cave. I just run right straight through.
Yeah.
Maybe get the 4 treasure room one, but that's it. Wing Edge is stats. Thunder Shield is also defensive stats. Can't learn the Bolt 2, though. Let's see. Relic Ring would be nice for... I think you learn Doom with that. Which we don't have, so it'd be a nice insta-kill for tiers 1 and 2. Nope, not going to still get it all. Took a pause there, but now Wesley's going to go straight there. He did not do Welk. So he did not get set Strago after all.
We get to see what the thief has.
Oh, Thief is 56. Whoa, but it's not an Esper, though. Almost max
Probably another
cost item,
Megalithric.
though. Might flip Roll to Ruin, maybe just to see how much it costs there, because it could be an Illumina, you never know.
I think the cheapest
Oh, he's going to
thief I've
Ebbets.
ever gotten was 69 GP.
Ooh, mine was 12, I think. 14, something like that.
Yeah, mine was a 69 GP experience egg.
That's interesting. Wesley is actually going to elect to do Sealed Gate and is actually going to pick up some chests on the way too. So we do see a little bit of divergence after we just tied the ball game here.
Blue is ahead by one character, but behind by one dragon.
Yeah, the dragons, really the only difference with dragons is it does pick up Ensign and Wesley scaling a little bit, where Drew's been grinding the smaller fights with. But that's really the only difference. I mean, Glue still has more levels than Wesley does, as Glue gets lost in the empty room. Oh, I was going to pick up the Thief fight here, which is the Humpty Humps. Trish Blue getting the coral there into the Ebbets Rock fight, and that will be the Three Stoogers. Again, we have not found a single ice spell yet. Did find an ice shield available, but didn't get it. So the fight's going to be a little more difficult, but not horrible.
He is starting to run a little low on pearl rods. I'd be interested in seeing if he is going to go back and restock.
Ah, the Reflect now is going to cast both three in the entire Three Stooges party here. Of course, Apple Zero is going to get around that, as we do not have a character at the Esper Sealed Gate. Oh,
Fixed dice.
well, oh, he's going to reset. He's not going to take the check, so take the check off the board.
I know fixed dice is risky endgame, but
Oh, he did
more
save there,
often
so he
than
also
not,
loses the Marvel shoes as well. Ooh, Retainer, Dark Force? Yikes. Sorry, go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying.
Dead check for
Oh,
blue as well! No advantage for either player!
with the fixed dice, more often than not, I get high damage from it. There was one seed I did. I had fixed dice offering Genji Glove on Terra.
The only problem with that is it's incredibly slow. But I
It
will
is.
say, though, that it will still give you a fixed dice on Setzer, a Ragnarok for Terra, and Natma Weapon for Edgar. So, I mean, I don't know if fixed dice you could have kept that or not, but as Drink School goes into the Burning House for more fights and scaling.
I think Burning House is one of my least favorite.
Ooh, Monkey goes down.
Because it's like fixed encounters, but it's not. I struggle with dodging the fire.
I just realized that the message got changed after you fight one of the soldiers in the Terrace Treasure camp area. Oh, EnsignWesley doing a Kefka tower play.
Is he going for dragons?
He's going for dragons and is going for scaling here. This will also allow them to clear out a lane before going to Kefka at Nars to just going because he looking for maybe shortcut later on through checks because he doesn't have Strago. So he's looking to get shortcut and clear an entire path lane, the right middle lane, in order to have two characters against the two god bosses later on. So that way he can two character each of the other two statues instead of
The
just
statues
leaving
are
it to solo.
the statues are scaled, correct?
Everything is except for the final. But
So what is to stop someone from getting a third character, getting ahead of scaling,
it's too
and
much work at this point, especially when EnsignWesley doesn't have an experience egg either
crew?
for that character to catch up. And with all these extra fights that both of them have been doing, that character's going to be very far behind. Plus, that character's not going to really offer much because there's been no spells except for Pearl for that character to even contribute. So, Drinkslow did say he had a super secret strat he was going to use for this gameplay. I did not know. I still don't know what it was. I'm not going to lie. Other than taking all these extra fights. Unless that was his play.
It might be. You take enough fights and you'll be overpowered. Okay. Wesley found cranes in the Inferno spot. Looks like drinks glue. Getting himself another character. That is Celeste from Burning House. Celeste with control. Wesley made short work of the cranes. Wesley taking on the Storm Dragon currently. And Drinks Glue is peeking, what is that, Mobliz. Palador.
Okay, just checked in with our other runners for the later on game later on. They might start theirs on time. We can join it in progress, or they might slide 30 minutes. We'll see how that goes. Dreamskull's doing Pumbaba, huh?
Yep, he will be awarded a Palador. Magicite from this check.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Progression. 8 characters now.
Yep, Celeste was in Burning House.
Oh, my girl. Not going to see any action, though, unfortunately. What? That does... well, I would probably do a Magitech facility then after this. Because that'll give you possibly 2 espers or items. No characters on the first 2 checks. And then back out. The only problem is, Drinksglue does not have any warp stones. EnsignWesley does. So that's a slight problem there for Drinksglue, not having any warp stones and not finding any warp stones right now. Or he might actually do that as an option. Or you would have to run the entire Magitech facility all the way through.
Which, the way he's been taking fights, he may end up running it the whole way through for the fixed encounters and the end.
I mean, technically, he could do the Rock of Shame. I believe there's a crane hook that you can bring it back up to the next level. I'm not sure. But that would be my play, especially if I had the warp stones. Yeah, Guardian, not a great fight with only 2 characters, though. Terra can weld the Valiant Knife, which apparently EnsignWesley picked up somewhere. Must have been from the dragon.
That's what I would guess. I haven't seen it anywhere else other than the Lone Wolf check, but both runners took Terra.
Ooh, Terra doing the VK swing here. She's in the back row, so that's actually doing about 2k a pop if she was in the front row. Wow. EnsignWesley's... both these guys' damages are off the charts now.
Making short work of that Phantom Train.
Oh, Glue might be going for something here. Looks like maybe another Flame Shield. Or Pearl Rods. Man, he liked them Pearl Rods, and he liked them Pearl Rods.
I mean, they've been working for him.
I mean, at this point, he's draining Heaven of all its magic at this point. I mean, seriously. Ooh, I don't know if I would have sold the Magus Rod, though, with having Go-Go in the party, though. Oh, he's going to use Stout Spears for his throwing stars. Well, when he got the money, you got to spend that cash, yo. Especially with a discount with Edgar. Oh, he's also doing Celeste's basement check, too.
Yep.
So, a couple of... 3 for really. Pearl Rods, the Stout Spears, and now the Celeste check, which is probably me character. Yep, it's a Yeti! Is going to take it for more scaling for the checks. As EnsignWesley is going to face our first statue boss of the fight. This is going to be Doom, the mascot of this flag set, actually. One thing I've noticed about any of my races and any of these races I've watched, there's been no healing with cures. I mean, they're not banned, but I just haven't seen them.
No healing with what?
No healing. Oh, there's Cure 2. Okay, there is a Cure 2. At least it's something. Drink School, by the way, is going to go up to is going to do Nourish, World of Ruin. That's going to be the other dragon, which Wesley already got. Wesley actually has 3 dragons now.
Yeah, he took out that Storm Dragon.
So he's going to get Drink School is going to get a second dragon. Tritouch is vanilla. And we also know that nobody's behind Yeti. So Yeti's probably going to be an Esper or item. Still would have done Magitech Facility, though, because you could have gotten 2 Espers back-to-back there.
Wesley made short work of Doom.
Well, KT requirement skip was 7 characters, which Drinks Glue already has at 9 characters. Wesley does not have that Strago, which is at the Welk check, which propels you into the other characters after that. So technically, all Wesley has to do is just do Welk. He's going to safety save here before warping out, probably. As Strange Glue does face this vanilla Tri-Touch now after getting that dragon. He did get the dragon first, right?
He did not. He bypassed it.
Oh, he bypassed it. So he's going to try to get an Esper first before doing dragon. Or might just dragon altogether, because he already has skips. It doesn't really need dragon unless he wants to get more levels.
The only thing dragons contribute to right now would be auto haste and auto image, which Wesley, with his third dragon, now has auto haste and auto reflect.
Well, I mean, auto image would not be a bad thing, because that does give you the calmness protection, even though we do have Golem available on the table here. Dreamskull is going to horribly find out that this was actually an ice shield. Oh, EnsignWesley actually didn't take this fight. I think he ran from this fight, come to think of it. Because he didn't have any damage for Tri-Touch.
Right, he did reset there.
So maybe he only did have one, only has 2 dragons total. No, he has 3.
Yeah,
so he
took
did the dragon, he just
at
reset
Nosh.
afterwards. Okay, so yeah.
Here he's going to find his Palador.
Yep. But his damage output's a little more spread out, so that might not be as punished for losing an Edgar. As Dreamskull gets Stray. Esper number 7, 2 Espers away. As EnsignWesley will still be 3 Espers away after this fight, and still does not have skip like Dreamskull does, but does have the center lane completely cleared. So does not have to worry about, I guess you could say, pruning the tree here. It is the Tower's Kefka here.
His Edgar got blown away, but
Yeah.
his Edgar on those swings did over 10k damage.
That was I've never seen that message before in battle. Huh. Drain screw screen, I saw a question mark on the wall.
It is reflect question mark. So instead of level question mark, it inflicts a status effect if you have.
Oh, if you have the current status of reflect on you?
Yep.
Weird.
Most of the time when I've been hit with that, it's been darkness. So it's not a super detrimental status effect.
And here's that thing we're just talking about, glue. Not having any warp stones here is going to have to take the Walk of Shame back out of the World of Ruin Narsh. Well, EnsignWesley does have at least 3 or 4 warp stones left on their person. So they will be able to pick up a little more time after that early game bad no save, losing approximately 2 or 3 minutes in the early game, having to reset, well, and I think it was the basement of South Figaro, and unfortunately lost their entire shopping trip at South Figaro and had to redo it all over again. So that's what EnsignWesley is facing on that reset. And that's pretty much the gap we have here, as Drinkslu is going to go to the Magitech facility like we mentioned earlier. So we'll see. Probably going to take that healing fight. No, he just healed his party no matter what. Never mind.
Looks like Wesley is going to face Welk, which will get him Strago and Tower Skip.
Yep, which he already prepped for. So this is going to be a very welcomed Strago for them.
That was a very fast Yeti fight. And it's a Sword Tech Strago.
Sorry, just opening up the race room for our next race there. Still on the table if they're going to wait or not. Because I believe we still have another good 30 minutes left of this race to go.
It honestly depends on what Drinks Glue gets from Magitech, as Wesley is going to Terra's Mount Zozo check. Or not Mount Zozo, just Zozo. Let's see if he gets
Yeah.
lucky and finds himself an Esper at the top of this tower.
It is an Esper. He needs one more Esper for Drinks Glue. Ooh, big proc for Setzer. Probably a little bit easier fight. Ice 3! Finally, some big spells there at Magitech facility. Oof, that's a weird color palette there on Magic Master Jr. there, as Vargas and the Pooh Bears is the fight.
I don't see Glue having an issue with this fight.
Yeah, so Glue is doing about 4,000 damage per hit with the Atma weapon.
And Magicite
Ooh,
at
Bahama.
Zozo.
But this is the only flag set that you cannot multicast Espers, though. So, not as good as it could be in other seed set and other flag sets.
The multicast Bahamut has saved me a few times against Goddess on the other flag sets. And Drinks Glue getting his 9th Esper.
Oops. Okay, so Drinks Glue has entered the arena, huh? Yeah, sorry guys, I don't have my Kafka unlock anymore because my computer fried a few weeks ago, so I don't have the unlock anymore, guys. Sorry.
And then Wesley has opted to go to Ebbett's Rock. I do not remember what the reward here was.
I was dead, I believe. This is a dead check. Because this is when Wesley got the fixed dice that he turned down. Well, Drinks Glue took whatever the reward was from here. So this is actually going to be no progression for Wesley. However, Drinks Glue is going to do the shortcut and is going to be 1v1ing the two side lane bosses here. So while EnsignWesley is going to have two characters to fight the side bosses, Drinks Glue is only going to have one.
But with Drinks Glue having 9 characters, he was able to load in 3 per team, so he does have a couple meat shields in there to help absorb damage. Wesley back in World of Ruin Narsh.
Okay, so he already did the dragon here, so this would just be the Tritoch and the Yeti, both of which are Espers. So this would actually get him the unlock.
But he does not have Yeti.
Oh, he does have Yeti. You're right. So he's only going to get Tritoch here, which I mean, let me look at his checks here as Drinchkla now ties EnsignWesley's clear of the mid lane. I think he soloed Edgar through that. Let me do his checks here. He has not done. He hasn't done Burning House.
Yep, and Burning House gets Celeste, and
Celeste.
Celeste gets Yeti.
And Celeste gets Yeti, yeah. But he doesn't need Yeti. He can do Celeste and just do Magitech Facility and back out.
True.
So, and the only other option he has is actually is Letta River. Probably not going to happen that one, but
or he could go back and fight Magimaster, which no one wants to do ever.
no, he doesn't want to do that either. However, we do have weapons VKs and stuff to get around that anyway, so it's a much easier fight. As it looks like Mog and Go-Go, the Throgos, are going to be against the Spicy Chicken.
Tritok was not an Esper. Tritok's a dead check.
Oh no. That's his last Warpstone. So now that kind of... He knows where Warpstones are, if he remembers. So... Oh, that's rough.
Play here.
He's doing Magimaster, which he knows is not a character.
Right.
Just for those wondering at home why I'm not pulling up Drinklu's audio, because his audio is stuttering. I'm not sure why. But that's why we're not going to listen to his audio till he actually gets into Final Kefka. As, ooh, he's taking a beating right now.
He is just chucking those spears.
Well, that's statue number 2 down for Glue as he definitely takes the commanding lead now. I think he's got, who's on the backside? Terra?
Yes.
Or Realm? I can't remember which he left out.
Nope,
No,
Realm.
Terra's. It's gotta be Realm, yeah.
He's shuffling the Atma weapon.
Okay, so Realm with the Atma weapon now. That's a 34th level Yeti, actually. That's not horrible. Oh, did not equip the forgot to equip a Moogle Charm there. And Yeti attacked there, so it's going to take an extra second to run. Luckily, no explosions from the bombs there, because those bombs can explode.
But then at that point, even if they would have exploded, the other two had already run away.
Now, I will say the only danger right now for Glue at the moment is if Realm gets targeted with the love token and the Yeti smashes into her. You know, I commentate.
Which is exactly what happened.
I commentate sometimes, guys, and things do sometimes happen, okay? But I don't think it's going to matter too much.
That was like play for play what happened.
Yeah, I do realize that now. But down goes Yeti, so no shenanigans there. Clip that one on the reel for next year's year in review, okay?
Down goes Yeti, down goes Goddess.
All right, so Magimaster finished there for EnsignWesley, by the way.
It was a dead check.
It was, unfortunately, was a dead check. Yeah. Well, and that also gives him his fourth or fifth Mega Elixir too, by the way.
He is going to Wheat River.
Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, he does have Burning House, so the options are really just Burning House or Leet River for them. I mean, there's also Magi Tower, but that's getting a little ridiculous.
Right. I mean, he does know that the sealed cave is a dead check.
Yeah, so we're just. And also the Thieves and Thief is also dead.
Yeah.
So really, these are the only two options. And if this is not a character, he still has to go all the way through Burning House. So a little bit rough here, as we're going to switch over to Dream Glue's audio now, as he gets into the Kefka Narsh. Oh, level 30 magics? That's great. Man, he's just getting hammered here.
He is not having great luck. I don't know if I would really call that a spear. He's throwing that like a heavy javelin.
All right, Chad.
Impressive.
Chad. I'm gonna ask you all a question. As our next race is actually ready to go here. If and when one of our runners does finish this race, it is a head-to-head. Whoever finishes first gets the win. Would you guys like me to switch and start the second race as soon as this one has at least one of our runners have wrapped up? So just let me know.
And he finds Doomgaze.
Oh, goodness gracious, Doomgaze. But I just get the quick beat on him, though. That's good. Now, if this is not a character, this is going to be really rough for EnsignWesley. And if this is not, if this is not a character here, or, well, it doesn't matter. It can't be an Esper. It has to be a character for them. Well, it's an Esper. It's Esper number 8. Still needs a character, though. So, they're still going to have to do Burning House. So, it's just bad luck for EnsignWesley in this run. As he tears across the skies for Burning House. But anyways, Dread School's on tier 2. Tier 2 here. We do have Butte from Magic, who's sitting in the back row there. Excuse me. As I'm shocked by that. We also have... I don't think we have automatic death here. I don't think anything was learned for that. So we're not going to have automatic death for Tools, who's sitting in the middle of the screen. Bluey is weak to stop, but not many people use that, but it is available. And Tiger sitting at bottom is weak to Ice 3. We do have Ice 3 available. It was, I think, learned before we got here. But Tiger is the most dangerous one. You kind of want to take off first, along with tools.
It can turn you into a zombie, correct?
Yeah, and also can turn you into a zombie as well. As I believe we're going to do an ice shield break here. On... no, we're going to do a thunder shield here instead. Just going to try to get tools first. Mimic thunder shield here. Trying to get tools down. Also focusing Tiger with the stout spears here as well. This could be a little damage here for the team, though. Yep, that hurt a little bit. Again, the problem with Atma Weapon is the lower the health is you have on your character, the less damage it's going to be dealing. Tiger goes down. Oh, that is true. Andrew also mentions that he could have done Auction House, because Auction House does have an Esper, actually. Usually I don't do Auction House. I never really think about it. Do you ever do Auction House?
Not usually. I usually forget about Auction House having Espers. But then also it's all dependent on RNG. You could get real lucky and the first item could be the Esper, or the sixth item could be the Esper.
Oh, it is a character. He gets a character here.
Yep. This is Celeste.
Oh no, it's Celeste. Yeah, we already know what it is. Sorry.
From Drinks Glue, we know that the basement South Figaro check for Celeste is the Yeti. And then we know that his final Esper is in the Yeti check.
By the way, dropping the invisible shadow there so he blocks all these hits checks here. So that's going to be pretty cool. So all these hits are going to miss. A little stylish footwork by the dog here.
Wesley heading to South Figaro, where he's going to be maybe disappointed because it's another character and he doesn't need a character.
I want to give a quick shout out to the Schwans, who is walking our two next runners here. So stick around. We do have another race coming up right after this one here. Now I give one a quick shout out to the Schwans 27, one of our administrators for our community, helping us set these guys up for the next race. I feel so bad for Wesley. I've been here so many times. It is just heartbreaking when this happens, when you just get character, and you just want Espers. Yep, Magitech Facility is gonna get this Esper here, which I think the first one was not an Esper, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't remember. I think it had to have been, though, right? Because Drinks Glue didn't go all the way through, and I think he got 2 Espers from here.
Blue, that's not necessary! Wow, that was a quick tier 3.
Was very quick tier 3. I think what I struggle with most on tier 3 is, especially on the Doom flags where physical damage is just astronomical by the end of it, is remembering when to cast the Calmness protection. There's been a few times where I got unlucky. The run where I had Terra with dual fixed dice Genji Glove offering, and she just put out massive damage, and I did not have time to use my Calmness protection and lost half my party to Calmness.
Oi, oi, oi. I'm going to give an extra shout out to to Schwantz. He's actually going to do the restream of our next match as well.
That was Phoenix for Wesley, so he now has Kefka unlock and skip. And he does have one Warpstone left.
Alright. I think that's going to do it. Kapow, kapow for glue. 1:39:35 is the official time for glue. And unfortunately, with that win, that means Team Guardian will actually take the matchup versus Team Inferno.
Yes, they will. But these races can go either way. We have great runners on all of the teams that are competing. We have seasoned players, we have new players. It's just a great mix from everyone in the community.
Yeah, we're just going to wait for Drinks Glue here to jump into the chat for us here in just a second. As Wesley is going to soldier on to, we'll try to complete out this run here. Yeah, just a tough run there for EnsignWesley between the early reset save that lost about 3 minutes there in the early game, and then not doing Burning House there towards the end of the run to try to find that extra character. But we are joined in the booth by Drinks Glue. Before we get to our next match, GG, dude.
Thank you, my friend. That felt good. I thought for sure Wesley was going to finish before me because that was awful. Oh, I'm in the wrong room. That was not fun.
It's all good. Yeah.
All right.
So before the match, you were talking about a super secret strat.
Oh yeah.
What?
So I'll explain why that was also awful. What a lot of players like to do, as most of us are in their middle ages, if not older, is go to the bathroom before they run. And what I like to do is not go to the bathroom, so that way you have that urge within you that you got to go, and it motivates you to go faster and take chances.
Oh my god!
And it's a pretty good strategy, you know, like when you can do like an 80-minute seed, but when you get like a 100-minute seed like this, it hurts. I'm not gonna be honest with you, fellas, it hurts.
Yeah, well, we're not going to chat with you too long because we do have another match coming up right after this one. But just real quick, first check Magimaster. How'd that feel?
Very good. Thank you for asking. No, that was just it. The good thing about that was running into him right there and there. It's like, okay, cool. That's unfortunate, but he can't be anywhere else twice, so I didn't have to worry about the rest of the seed. So the next 90 minutes, I didn't have to worry about him at all. Whereas usually he's in the forefront of your mind. So that's the fortunate part about that.
Also, want to talk about real quick about the all the extra fights you did. You did tons of fights at Kefka and Narsh, tons of fights at Google Defense. Like, why did you do all those extra fights?
Well, I had one Atma weapon. I had Pearl Rods. And I don't know if you know this or not, but you get 4 characters in your party and not 2. So I kept getting mega elixirs from dead checks and from the dragons. I got 3 of them, and then I got a magus rod from one of them. And I never came across another sword. The Colosseum didn't have a sword available to me. I knew with the statues it was going to be awkward because I was just gonna have to shuffle the Atmo weapon around, and that's what I did. So I had to make sure everybody was gonna be strong enough to wear it. So that's why I moved the experience egg around. I think Lone Wolf was a valiant knife. I thought about going for it, but I wasn't sure anybody could equip it that couldn't already equip the Atmo weapon, so I didn't. But it was really just to make sure that I could get through the statues without having to walk in and walk out because I'd already wasted so much time at Magimaster doing the Espers, taking so long to find Espers. And just everything else overall. And everything was just going so slow. So it was just, I have to be able to get to the statues in one go to have any chance. And that was why.
Kong, do you have a question real quick?
I don't think so.
Okay, one thing I do want to mention that there was a Ragnarok available. It was Wesley did towards about three-quarter way through the run, did a center lane full team push with a dragon. It was the right lane dragon had a Ragnarok for a reward. So he did have a Ragnarok for a pretty good chunk of the seed. He put it on Setzer. So he did have an extra dragon or 2 dragons over you.
And the only other place I thought in the back of my mind, if he goes to Opera House Dragon, because it was very linear the way you had to go. So we were going the same paths. So as long as he didn't stumble too much, I figured he was ahead. Or if the Opera House Dragon was an Illumina or a Ragnarok or a Valiant Knife, that was going to be very powerful. But if he did or didn't go there, or if it wasn't, I think that could have been the game breaker. But obviously it wasn't because I finished ahead of him. But I was really nervous too because EnsignWesley is very good. He's been playing for a very long time. A lot of people, newer people may not know who he is, but he's in Mega Elixir for a reason. And that also factored into a lot of my grind fights too. I know who I'm up against, and I know I can't dilly-dally making multiple trips to Kefka's Tower against a player like Wesley. So
Yeah, Wesley has been a multiple quarterfinalist for several of our tournaments we've had in this community. So you definitely did not beat it. You definitely beat a very, very good opponent in this round. And also, you guys get the win overall for the week too.
yeah, our third teammate is Shadow Sid. I just messaged him. He can take the week off. We'll need him next week. He gotta stay warm, so wherever he is.
Alrighty then. Without further ado, we are going to call it right there. I know Wesley's just starting Kefka. The Kefka climb now. We are going to turn it over to our next match, which is Shark. I hope I can say this right. Shark Italica versus Fiery Blizzard. So please stick around. Once again, Schwans is going to now do the tracking on that. Thank you, Drinks Clues. Thank you, Kong, for doing the run with me, with us. Because without the runners, we can't have the races, and definitely need the help from our commentators and trackers and restreamers as well to put these good shows on. So thank you both.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for having us.
All right, you guys have a good night, and we'll be right back on in just a second for the next race.